whistleblower protection, talk about an investigation on Hunter Biden's taxes. What is the White House's message to employees who wonder if there should be political considerations when things affect the president's family?
So look, I want to be very clear here. As you know, the president respects the rule of law, certainly deal with this issue. Again, he believes in the rule of law. He believes in the independence of the Justice Department.
First on Hunter Biden and on McCarthy, just to be very clear, for the sake of transparency, which the president says he values, does the White House support giving this IRS agent whistleblower protection?
For the state of transparency, and so that we do not politicize any of this, the president has been very clear that.
Can I just have you respond to some Republicans, though, who suggest that the fact that the IRS agent is seeking whistleblower status could show that the administration is slow walking or somehow obstructing justice?
We're letting Department of Justice handle this. My White House colleagues at the counsel's office put out a statement on this. They were more specific on that, and so I certainly would refer you to my colleagues and to the Department of Justice.
And then I know you won't comment on the investigation, but is the president confident that his attorney general has upheld all the ethical obligations here when it comes to this investigation?
I know actually my colleagues from the White House counsel's office actually put out a statement on this and addressed this more specifically. But again, I would refer to the Department of Justice on anything else.
Emergency funding to be clawed back. With the president, I know he has a reputation during the Obama administration as being the sheriff when it comes to rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse. Would he at least be interested in reviewing whether there is some of that money that could be returned to Treasury?
I mean, look, here's the thing. What the president has been able to do in his first 2 years of this administration, but the president, when he came in, nothing was being done. He made sure that the economy came back in a way that it was. And so to claw back money after having the successes that we have seen because of this president's action, it just doesn't make sense to me. I got to keep going. The
White House's proposal to mandate that 2/3 of all passenger vehicles by the year of 2032 be electric. It's a lot of batteries, obviously. So does the administration have a concrete plan to ensure that those raw materials for these new EVs, either through federal support or some type of motivation for the private sector, that those EVs don't end up coming from China and we don't become dependent on a foreign power that might not be friendly to us?
So here's what I can say. Every step that the president has taken is to build more here in America, in the United States. I'm going to keep going. I'm trying to call someone.
Top donors from the president's 2020 campaign have been invited to D.C. to meet with him next week. As it seems that the campaign decision is approaching at some time, can you kind of lay out how the president plans to separate his role as a political candidate versus his day job here?
Any announcement or anything that is related to 2024 certainly will not come from here. Go ahead, Michael.
One of the items that House Republicans are pushing is to take back this $80 billion that has been marked for the IRS. I'm just wondering how important this is to the president. I know he's talked about it, but how important is it to him? Is it something that he'd be willing to give up to get a budget deal?
So again, we're going to look at the impacts of this blueprint, this plan that Speaker McCarthy and MAGA Republicans put forth. Not going to speak to specific items in their plan. What I can say more broadly, the 22% spending cuts is going to hurt American families.